Honestly, Tesla's never been something I've really looked into or cared that much about, but now that I'm in this, I'm like, this is nice. I'm gonna love it.
All right, guys, welcome back to Bo Family EV. You're joining us today for something special. Here at Tesla of Gilroy, we have taken advantage of a Tesla initiative to get rid of some of their older inventory by offering really low cost, zero down Model Y and Model 3 used vehicle leases. We are going to do that and become a two-family EV household.
Strike that. Reverse it. This way, please.
Which I am super excited about. We're about to take delivery of a 2020 Model Y all-wheel drive long range for my wife. This is something that I've been really excited about. I searched for weeks, refreshing every hour on the computer trying to find one of these at a low price. The net of it after gas savings and everything is done, it's going to cost us about $60 a month for this Model Y. Really excited about it. The first thing we're going to do is do a walkthrough before we take delivery, check it out, make sure it's working, look for any nicks or dings. It does have 59,000 miles on it, so it's not going to be perfect, but we're looking for anything major. Make sure the windows open, roll down and roll up, and the doors open and close. Make sure the front will open, and just give it a little walkthrough. And then my wife is going to take my daughter to dance for her first drive in the Model Y, so we'll hear her thoughts when she gets there about her first impressions. We'll then, back at the house, go through and talk about what our plans are. We're thinking about things like a 70-mile-per-hour range test, battery degradation check, all the different things that you guys want to see, we want to do for you. So leave comments, let us know what you think. Did we get a great deal? Did we overpay for something with this many miles? Should we be worried? It's got a 1-year warranty, but it is a 2-year lease. What do you guys think? Come along for the walkthrough and for the adventures to come. Stay tuned. Bo Family EV is going to get their first Tesla.
All right, so I just want to insert here how I came across and found this low-cost Model Y lease deal. Tesla, a number of weeks ago, announced that they were doing zero down Model Y and Model 3 used Model Y and Model 3 leases. So I started looking and trying to find one for our family, and went to the Tesla page. You can click here on the zip code that you're in, put the radius you want to search for. I went all the way out to 200 miles. I was willing to drive further if that's what it took, but I had to find something within the state of California. So I searched within 200 miles of my house, as well as 200 miles of Southern California, and I would go wherever the best lease deal was. You can search all deliverable, but then you've got to pay anywhere from $500 to $2,500 to get that shipped to you, and that kind of defeats the purpose of getting the affordable, cheap, used Model Y lease. So with that said, I then searched the area, and I have basically refreshed this screen every hour all day long, just looking for one to pop up. And when one would pop up, even in another area, I would notice that within an hour it was sold. I mean, you had to act quick if you saw one. These, as you can see, is a lot of what we would see here in the Bay Area. McClellan Park is up near Sacramento. I kept looking and looking, trying to find something here in the Bay, and it was really hard. So a lot of these you can see $361 a month lease deals, and again, zero down, but we'll talk more about that in a second. It's not exactly zero down, really. But here you can see these are not the great deals. These are not the ones that I was looking for. And then I would scroll down and I would see them in other areas, but they were often in places like here. Here you can see something closer, $263 a month. And this is out in Elk Grove Village. That's Illinois. Here's Aurora, Illinois. This one comes with 3 months of full self-driving, 3 months of supercharging. My idea was I'll fly out there on a Southwest flight. I'll drive it back to California on the free supercharging. But turns out you cannot lease it out of state and bring it back to California. So I had to find a deal in the state of California. But for this example, I'm just going to show you, we're going to use one of these. We'll use the cheapest one here, $263. I end up paying $260 a month is what I'm paying for mine. But let's take a closer look. And this one is similar in some ways. It is 19-inch wheels, 5-seat. I've got the blue paint with the white interior, so I would say that's a bonus for me. The miles here is 67,880. These are typically the higher mile cars when you get them for these low prices. And then my vehicle is 59,000. So you can see that I'm getting, I think, a pretty good deal, paying a little bit less. 10,000 less, not quite 10,000, I guess 8,000 miles less than this. I've got the white interior, which I like, the blue paint that I like. So yeah, I think that's a win. But let's click on this and let's follow along, and you guys can see kind of how this works. So let's flip over to this tab, and here you can see the details. We've got the Model Y, and you've got all the details: pearl white, 19-inch rims, 5-seat, acceleration boost. Mine also has the acceleration boost. So as we scroll, we can look here to lease. We're going to click on the lease deal, and this is where it tells you $263 a month, and down here, 0 down for 24 months. So this is where it gets a little tricky, because it's not that they're misleading you, I suppose, but it is not exactly 0 down. When we go to edit leasing, you're going to see where this gets a little bit different than we thought. So yeah, it says 0 down, 263, but now watch what happens. We are going to include the estimated taxes and fees. The government is going to get their monies, and there is fees to pay. And you can see here already, due at signing, $958. So there's a breakdown of what those are, and you can see that that's not even including the taxes and fees. So let's look here at exactly how this works. I think it's good for everybody to see it. So again, we're going to click here on include estimated taxes and fees. You can see right away this jumps up to $291. Still says 0 down, but notice that due at signing now has jumped up to $2,045. So let's click on view breakdown, and this is going to show you the details of what that is. First monthly payment, $291, because now you've got taxes in there. Acquisition fee, $695. I guess that's like a destination charge almost. You can't get out of it. You've got to pay it. So then you scroll down, you've got your registration. This is going to be for the state of Illinois, I suppose. In my case, the state of California might be more. There's a license fee, there's an electronic registration titling fee, and then there's the upfront sales tax. So all of this is going to be dependent on your location. Here, for example, where I am in the Bay Area, my sales tax is over 10%. So that is significant. But here you can see this is why the number is not truly 0 down. It's 0 down to Tesla, but you still got to pay all these taxes and fees. And I would even argue the acquisition fee is kind of, I don't know about that. I think that should be out of there. But what are you going to do? The deal is what the deal is. So I wanted to show this and be transparent about it. So again, my payment ended up, after I did my signing was about $2,000, just like this. And then my lease payment, though, was down at $260. And then just with what my wife would spend in gas anyway, which is about $200 a month, my net is $60 a month. Of course, though, you've got to factor in there is that $2,000 of taxes and fees and licensing and all that stuff you can't get out of. DMV is going to get their money. State's going to get their money. County's going to get their money. Everybody wants a little piece of this deal. So this is where you go, guys. You go to the inventory page. You go to the pre-owned. You can select a Model Y or a Model 3. This is not available in all states, by the way. Illinois, New York, New Jersey, Florida. I saw a ton of deals out there in those areas. It's available in California, just really hard to find. You can see, again, there's no $260 deals to be found right now. And again, I searched for 3 weeks. So that's what's in front of you if you want to find the deal. They do have some lease incentives where they're throwing in like $4,500 to help with the pricing. That's why some of these prices are so low. You do get a 1-year warranty, 10,000 miles, or you can also choose 12,000 miles if you drive more. In our case, we don't. And then the battery warranty maintains the same existing warranty. So yeah, it's a 2-year lease. It's a 1-year warranty. So there is that gap there. Whether or not we'll do something with an extended warranty, I don't know, or just risk it for the biscuit, I suppose. But yeah, here's the deal. That is how it was made. I'm going to be doing more videos just about my experience with the Model Y. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed this peek inside. Let's get back to the YouTube video, and we'll see how the delivery went and what my wife thinks.
All right, so here we go. This is the 2020 Model Y. Love the blue color. You can see it's got my name on it. My wife is checking out the controls. My son right there along with her. my daughter back here on her cell phone, because that's what preteens like to do. Too cool to hang out. But you guys might have seen our video in the Robo-Taxi. If you have not seen it, the Robo-Taxi took my daughter to school. Be sure to check out that video on our channel. It's an awesome adventure that we had. So yeah, we've got the white interior here, which I'm excited about. 19-inch wheels. We really wanted the 19-inch wheels so that we could get the better efficiency as well as the comfort. So we're going to go through. We are going to check out the car, give it a once-over, look for what imperfections are there, see if anything is a concern for us. And then, yeah, we're going to take delivery and have ourselves a 2 EV household. Let's go through a walkthrough together and see what we find and what we spot. Let me know if I leave anything out on what I'm looking for. Let me know if you noticed something that I missed. I'm sure there's a lot that you guys know that I have still yet to learn. So we're going to do it together. And you guys let me know in the comments what I missed and what you'd have been looking for. Let's check it out. All right, so my approach is just to do a walk around of the vehicle. I'm gonna look for any kind of scratches and dings. So down here, for example, if you take a look, you can see that there are some scratches on the paint, little things here and there. Again, this is just gonna be kind of our daily commuter. I know that it's not gonna be in perfect shape. There's a couple other marks here. This looks like a PPF, actually, that we've got on the front end of this thing. So that's interesting that it already has a layer of PPF that the previous owner has put on the front to prevent any rock chips and dings. So that's a little bit of a bonus there. As we come around to the side, we're going to check these doors, make sure that they open and close properly. So you can definitely see that it's got, not sure if it's going to pick it up on camera, but it's got all kinds of like the swirl marks from an automated car wash. Again, being a used vehicle, I'm just not concerned about that. And being a lease, it's going to go back to Tesla eventually anyway. So we're going to open the door, make sure that all we have to do is just kind of lightly close it and make sure that it closes okay. It seems just fine. It gives a nice thunk like it's supposed to. Nothing is sticking or binding. So that's good to see. I do notice right here, again, a little bit of a paint chip right there. And then I noticed inside on the bottom, you can see down here is another mark or scrape. But again, I am not being particular when you're talking about a vehicle with almost 60,000 miles. As we come along to the back here, this is where the kids are going to hop in and out of. And again, you can see here on the paint, just some different markings and things that are telltale signs that, look, this is indeed a used vehicle. So as we go inside, we've got the white interior, which I'm really excited about. Oh, yeah. I really wanted to find this, and you can see that I'm just looking for any stitching. I'm looking for any areas where there's any rips or tears. I'm not seeing anything like that back here. So love the white seats, and this is definitely something that I wanted to see. We're going to have to add some rubber floor mats. Anytime we've got the kids coming in and out of here, there's definitely going to be some messes. So yeah, don't have to be too precious about the vehicle, especially when it's a used lease. But the kids are going to get a lot of activity, snacks, different things back here. So I do want to get the rubber floor mats at some point. Let's just check out the door. And again, no problems with the opening and closing there. So as we come around to the back, just kind of giving it, again, a look. No dents, no dings that I'm seeing. There is a tow hitch down here, which is cool. So not that I tow or would need it, but it's good to know that it's down there. I'm not seeing anything on the back here as far as any concerns with the paint. I'm just looking. I don't actually know how to open this from the outside. There it is. There's the button. We're going to pop this open. All right, as we look at the trunk area, lots of space here. There's going to be actually more than we had in the Edge back here in the Model Y. So that's super useful. As we then lift up the sub trunk, you can see all the space you've got down there. I've seen people put like refrigerators and things, coolers, stuff down there. So tons of space there underneath, as well as, of course, down on the sides. This is not new to anybody that's seen a Model Y before, but this will be cool just for my wife to be able to use this space, and especially underneath, something that she did not have before. So as we come over here, we've got these that are going to pop the seats down. I mean, look at that. Look at the amount of space you got here in the Model Y. So that's really going to open things up. Ready for a Home Depot run?
Oh, I go there
constantly.
Daily.
All right, maybe
Oh,
never.
wait, no, that's Target.
Target runs. So lots of space now for the Target runs in the back, we can fill this up. So that's not going to save me any money, but that will be cool. Just again, everybody has seen this before, is familiar with the Model Y, but I just love the amount of space that this opens up. So let's, we'll put those up later, but we'll hit this button here and shut that and make sure it goes down without a problem. And it does. So that's what we want to see there. No issues at first that I can see in the back area. Back here as we go to the passenger side quarter panel, you can again see a little bit of a mark here. See if that shows up on camera. So interesting, maybe that will buff out in a detailer, but again, not super precious here. Looking to see if that's a paint chip. That looks like it is. A little paint chip right there. So just a little minor dings that you would expect to see here. There's quite a few more, to be honest with you. This would need quite a bit of touch up. I'm not even sure how this area would get so many dings in this area of all things. So I do notice that there are a few more there than I would expect to have seen. But once again, not particular when it comes to essentially paying $60 a month for this vehicle. Overall, once you get a couple feet away, it looks pristine, but when you get up close, you're definitely going to notice the little indications of wear and tear. Let's get inside the car, make sure all the windows go up and down. Let's also check out that the seats move back and forth the way they're supposed to. We'll start with the passenger side and then make our way around to the driver's side and get in there. All right, so I've enlisted the help of Avery to take a look on the passenger seat and see if this is mechanically working. Give it a shot. Let's see if the seat's working. We're going to first have the seat go forward, and we can see that it moves. What about returning it? That is the backrest. It seems to be moving just fine. So mechanically, the passenger seat, which is where I will be, works. So that is important. Now let's go to the driver's seat and see how that looks. Okay, you join me inside the Model Y now, and we are going to go through and check that the windows go up and down, that the buttons work, that the door is open, which is super important. And then we're going to take a look at what software is in there. So let's start with the door. So super easy to open. We just press that button. It pops open like it should. Over here, you've got your window controls. So we're going to start with the driver's side window. Then we've got the passenger side window. That went down with no problem. Now we're going to do the passenger rear, and that went down with no issues at all. And now we'll flip around to the passenger driver's side, and that also appears to work just peachy. So that'll go back up, and now we'll flip around and make sure all of the other ones go up as well. So there is that one, and there is the passenger side, and then finally the driver's side. So obviously window controls are important. Let's see from a software perspective what we've got here. All right, our battery is at 76%. Charge limit is set to 80, which is exactly where I would like to see it. Here you can see where we would adjust our mirrors. I'll let my wife do that. Car wash mode, of course. We're not going to enter a car wash right now. Glove box. It presents itself as it should. Love to see that. Steering wheel, being able to adjust that. That should be easy, but it'll be new for my wife to check out. So we'll have her do that to her likings. So yeah, love to see that. Sentry mode, so we can turn Sentry mode on. I'm not going to do that or leave that at the moment. As we look down at autopilot, it looks like we do have autopilot. We do not have full self-driving supervised. This is a hardware 3 vehicle, so I'm not sure that I'm going to get full self-driving. Maybe I'll check it out when there's a free test, or if you guys check out my link in the comments, if you're going to be buying a Tesla, use my referral link, and then maybe I can get some credits to do some full self-driving, free supercharging. If you're going to be buying a Tesla anyway, it'd be awesome if you checked out the Bo Family EV referral link. That would certainly help out the channel and the family. As we go down to the lock settings, you've got the walk-away door locks that are going to be there, unlock on park, driver door unlock mode. We're going to leave that for now. So yeah, all of these settings we'll go through later. Seats, we've got our heated seat controls. Here we've got the display on auto. I'm going to put it on dark just because I think dark looks way cooler. That's just my opinion. Maybe my wife will change that later, but I'm going to leave it there. Let's see what else we have. Preconditioning, charging schedule, we'll do that later. Let's look at software. So here we do see 59,000 miles driven. I'm not sure how bad this glare is going to be. Hopefully not awful, but 59,000 miles driven. Full self-driving computer 3. So it looks like it can do it. I do have acceleration boost. So my wife will enjoy this acceleration boost. That'll be fun. So that's all there. Let's scroll back to controls. Steering weight, we're going to change that to standard. Acceleration, we're going to go chill. We're going to start my wife out on chill and see how that goes. Stopping mode, definitely want hold. She's used to that with the Lightning. And regen braking, we're going to keep standard because, again, she's used to the one-pedal drive with the Lightning, and I want to keep that as it is. So apply brakes when regenerative braking is limited. And yeah, trailer mode, we don't really need that or anything. So I like where the controls are now. We're going to leave those. So here we're going to check out and make sure that the open the trunk works, and it did. You can see behind me that that opened up. That's awesome. And as we press the button, now you're going to see it close. So that works exactly as it should. Now we're going to check out the frunk, my favorite area. We pop that. The animation may show it opening, but as you guys know, it doesn't actually open. So we'll have to go out and check out the frunk area. One last thing before we leave the front, we do get a Tesla adapter that goes from J1772 to NACS. This will be helpful at the house, even though I do have a Tesla wall connector. It's the J1772 wall connector for the Lightning. So I do need this adapter. And then, of course, we do have key cards. Even though my wife will use phone as key, it's good to have the key cards there. And then down here, this is where you have a lot of piano black. I wonder if there's some trim here that I can maybe do differently, but we can pop that open, and we've got our storage area. We've got our wireless charging pads. And then, of course, you've got your cup holders down here and your center armrest console area for storage as well. So I think that kind of wraps it up from the cockpit area. We're going to check out that frunk real quick, and then we're going to take delivery, and we're going to get my wife on her first drive. So let's check out that frunk real quick, which you guys know is one of my critical favorite areas of any EV. I always believe with EVs, there should always be a usable frunk space. I'm passionate about that. Some manufacturers, they leave this out. They cover it up. They don't make use of this incredible space. I've got a video with my sister's BMW iX, for example. You can't even open it. Check that out in my videos on the channel. But a great car in a lot of different ways. But to me, it's just a deal breaker if I don't have a usable frunk. So let's pop this open. If this was a Model Y I was buying, I would absolutely go and add one of the aftermarket motorized frunk openers here. But since it's a lease, I don't think I'm going to waste the money doing that. But lots of space here on the Model Y. Let's check it out. So as we come up on it, you can see it does have a useful amount of space. It is nothing like the old Model S that my sister had. It's nothing like the Lightning, of course. But it does have at least some space. It does have the tow hook down here. No mobile charger. I did not option to get that. I have one that you guys are going to be able to check out. Stay tuned for that video as well. We are going to take and charge up this Model Y with my Lightning back here. I think it's the best mobile charger on the market. I'm excited to show that to you, tell you all about why. So that is one that I did not option, but I did get the one that is coming for me to test out with the NACS plug at the end of the mobile charger. So that's going to be perfect for my wife's Model Y, and it has the connector that's going to allow me to plug into the Lightning and charge it up. So that's going to be a fun video to show you guys. So as we close the frunk, I'm not used to doing this. Tell me if there's a better way. It looks like you just kind of put it down, maybe push down on the hood, and it's good to go. If there's a different way to do it, let me know in the comments. We are going to go inside and finish off whatever last minute things are there. Most of the paperwork's all been done on the phone, so I think just showing my ID pretty much wraps it up in 5 or 10 minutes. So definitely looking forward to this process. That is something Tesla does remarkably well, is the buying experience. I've already got the insurance and everything done on the phone so that the kids don't have to wait around for the hours of paperwork and financing and all the stuff that you would have at a traditional dealership. All right, we are all ready to go. I'm going to take Nick back home. Angela and Avery, where is Avery? Where did she go? They are going to dance. So we're going to let them get on the way. And we'll catch up with my wife when she gets to the dance area. We'll get some feedback from her, and then we'll wrap up the video back at the house later. right, so with them on the road, Nick and I are going to head back home. We will rejoin my wife when she gets to the dance studio, get some of her feedback. So let's check that out next and see how that first drive, it's about an hour or so away from Gilroy, that they're heading back to Fremont, where this vehicle was made. Let's see what she thought about her first 45 minutes to an hour in her new, to us, Model Y.
Hey, Bo Family Evie, it's Angela here. I just drove the Tesla Model Y from Gilroy into Fremont to take Avery to her dance class. It was overall just really awesome, especially the navigation. That it was really cool. Part of the navigation that I really liked was it had a display of all the cars around me. For someone like me who's kind of a nervous lane changer, it was awesome to see where all these cars are near me. It made it a little bit just easier for me to know that it's safe to change. So I think that was my favorite thing that I saw. That's awesome. It will, I love that aspect. Also, the navigation was very clear. Sometimes in some of the navigations, you're a little confused of what to do, but this one was super clear, super easy to follow. Gave plenty of time ahead of time, told you where to be. So navigation, definitely thumbs up, especially compared to my phone, which is small. My Edge has kind of an older one, which is fine, but not the greatest. So navigation wise, this is fantastic. Nice smooth drive. Similar to my Edge that I've been driving as far as like sound and kind of movement. One more thing that I liked was when I park, it has like little lines that show you how close you are to other cars. It kind of shows you that the cars might crash if you're, not at the right angle. Backup camera had little lines as well, so it helps you know which way to steer. And for someone like me who's terrible at backing in, this will be very helpful. As well as just parking in general. I liked having that little warning, signal, and it's showing me what to do about kind of changing my angle. So that was super helpful, and something that I do have a backup camera in my Edge, but it didn't have the lines to help show kind of where you are. And so it's nice to have that little extra support for poor parkers. A couple things that were not my favorite, mainly because they just weren't intuitive. When I first was driving out of the parking lot, you have to kind of push this little thingy down to go from reverse to neutral to drive. And the display said 0, so I assumed it was in drive, but it happened to be in neutral. So I was able to pull out of my spot, but then as I hit the gas to actually drive, it wasn't driving. And since it's not gas, it didn't make that, that kind of that noise when you're in neutral if you try to push the gas. So I was quite confused for a moment. I wish it had said N instead of 0, because I just assumed 0 meant I was going 0 miles. So I just had to push it down until it actually said D. And then again, once I parked, I was trying to park. I kept pushing the thing up. Why isn't it going to park? And then I had to look around, and I realized there's like a little button on the side. So that was annoying just because it should be a little bit more intuitive, I think. Obviously now that I know how to do it, it's fine, but that would be something it would be nice to know about ahead of time. And then the only other thing that was a little tricky is, and part of it's probably because my vision, I'm kind of blind, but I couldn't figure out how to change the climate as I was driving. So I had to wait till we parked here. And then I realized, so I would see the 68 or whatever degrees and press it. But next to it is these little teeny arrows. Same with the volume. They're just really small. But I did figure out it's easy to change the temperature just, by hitting those little arrows. It just happens that I just didn't see them to begin with, because they're pretty tiny. Also, the display was pretty tiny, like trying to see what time it was or what the battery percentage is. But once I parked here and kind of started playing around with some of the different things, I was able to make the display a little bit bigger. So now I can easily see the time and temperature and all that kind of stuff. It's still small and doesn't take up a whole bunch of the screen, which is nice, but people like me who are blind, I can actually see it now. And then, yeah, once I parked here, I set up my Amazon Music. Super easy to pair that. I set up my Libby library app where I get like books to listen to. So that was nice because I was able to pair up that so I can listen to books while I'm driving. I have my Amazon Music set up that has my playlists, has Avery's playlists. So we got our K-pop going on. So far, once, I go through and kind of hit all the different buttons, it's been easy to figure out everything. So once I get used to it, it's going to be really awesome to just be able to play my music and um, listen to books. The only thing, yeah, I haven't figured out the radio. I tried to tune the radio, but it seemed to not want to work. So I'm going to work on that again because I have my morning shows I need to listen to. So I do want the radio set up in there as well. But so far, it's been awesome. Honestly, Tesla's never been something I've really looked into or cared that much about. But now that I'm in this, I'm like, this is nice. I'm going to love it. So the only other thing, driving in the dark, I'm just curious once I drive home how it'll be. The display screen did change from like a white background to a black background as it got darker outside. So that's cool. It kind of does that for you. So we'll see how it is on the drive home from dance class later. All right. Like and subscribe.
All right, so far it looks like Angela's having a great time with the Model Y. We are back home, and I've got my charging equipment back here. I am plugged in, charging up the Model Y to 80%. That'll get her for the next week, no problem. And then later tonight, when this is done, I've got about an hour more of charging for the Model Y. I'm going to then plug in my Lightning. So we'll pick different days of the week, but I did want to get her set up, and then I have to go do a soccer game tomorrow, today when you guys are watching this, over at Levi's Stadium. So I got to get myself all charged up for that. But just a little bit longer to go charging up the Y. I'm super excited for Angela to keep learning about it. She's got a lot of things she already loves, some things that she still has to kind of play with and experiment with. But I think this is going to be an awesome fit for us. Thank you guys for coming along for the journey. I know the video is a bit long, so thank you so much. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Check out our other content. Help support our small channel. And if you're in the market for a Tesla yourself, I've got the referral link down in the comments. So let us know what you'd like to see us do with this Model Y, and we'll have more videos to come. So that's it for tonight. Thanks again. We'll see you on the next one.